Okay. Then in your logo, right, you need to resize it. Are you listening? Can I'm going to make it smaller because this is too big. Okay? But before that, right, it's too much. It's touching the edge of the screen. So I'm going to give it some margin top. Okay? If it's not enough, you add more. Okay? And then I'm going to give it a maximum width of 200. Okay, so it's this small. Okay, I'm going to work in mobile. Yeah, I always work in a mobile. Okay. So right now my problem is my logo is not in the middle. So if I give it a background color, right, you will see that the whole div, is actually not. The whole div is on the left side. Okay? So I cannot put text align because now the div is already so small. I need to move the whole div in the center. So I need to set the both side margin to be the same. So margin left, auto, margin right, the whole week, auto. Okay? So now the logo right is in the middle. Then I can remove the background color. Right? So if I want the logo to be bigger, I can increase the maximum width to maybe 250 or 350. So it can be bigger. More important thing. Okay, so logo is done. Next is your nav bar. Okay, your nav bar is made out of two things. One is your hamburger menu, and one is your normal menu. Okay, I'm going to do the normal menu first. Your normal menu, right, will have a UL. Okay, wait, save first. Give me a second. Never mind. Okay, so let's.
Why do they need so much? Can you tell?
Okay, let's start. So your menu is this. Okay, sorry, come. Okay, let's not bother about the hamburger first. I'm going to do the menu first. So I'm going to give you an ID and a class. Okay. Okay, and then inside I'm going to have 3 LI. And inside each LI, right, I'm going to have an A. Okay. So the A, right, is not going to anywhere. So just hashtag exclamation mark. Okay, but the first link is home. Okay, I need to copy and paste out. So the second link is something else. Okay, so home, about, contact. So far okay. I'm just creating a list. So if I look right, it's like this. Okay, simple list. Okay, that's all for your HTML. The rest is all done in your CSS. So in my CSS, right, you take a look at HTML, I got UL, which is actually menu, dot menu. Okay? So instead of just writing UL, I try to use the name itself. Menu. Okay? So menu, what do I need to do? First thing first, I want to get rid of the dots. So list out, type, none. Okay? Huh? Gone already? Alamak. How do I reconnect? Is my Wi-Fi gone? What happened? Well, like that one.
How to change the timeout?
Okay, I'm reconnecting. Are y'all still there? All still here? Wait, let me share. Can you see? Yes. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to continue. Okay, so your dots is got rid already. Okay. Then I'm going to this is menu, so I don't do anything. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to give it a little bit of background color. What's the color? Light green, no? Okay. This one I think you all can do yourself. Color is white. No, I'm not using color here, sorry. I'm going to change the link. Okay, then the next thing I need to style, right? If you look at it, I need to style the link itself. Okay? So I'm going to style the dot menu A. Okay? I'm going to change the color to white. I'm going to get rid of the underline. Okay, I'm going to give it some padding. Okay, because it's an AR, I cannot give it padding without display block. Try display block first. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to give you a text line.
My ideal life.
Yeah, a little bit more padding. Okay, so okay or not like that? Okay, this one is still not hamburger menu yet. It's just normal 3 block 1, 2, 3 menu. Okay. If you, frankly speaking, if your website only got 3 pages, you can also don't do burger menu also okay. Just like that is okay. Because it's just three. But for our face test, we have to have a burger menu. Yeah, if it's more than too many, then it's taking up too much space. Okay, so then if you want, you can actually do some hovering effect. Menu, A, hover. Okay, then your color equal to, what color is that? Oh, so you got hover effect. Okay, if you want to change the, anyway, leave it for now lah. Understand here this part? Okay, so what's going to happen is when you bring up the whole, when you go into non-mobile mode, right? It's still like this. Okay? I want it to be side by side when it's in desktop mode. So I need media query. Okay, so my media query my first breakpoint is at 600 pixel. Okay, anything that is less than 600, right, is considered mobile. Okay, I have this is to let me check whether my media query is working or not. So if I open up my screen, okay, this is not a good way. Let me use the proper way to check. Okay, so if it is mobile, is white. If it's more than 600, it's red. That means my mobile is working. My media query is working. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, right, is I'm going to. Hey, do you notice something strange, my text is like off center, right? Do you see that?
Yes.
Yeah, this is from the bullet. You know the bullet point that I remove. There's still some lingering space there. So in your menu, right, you get rid of. Oh, because I think I never get rid of nudging and padding. So do you all always do this? Okay, then I'll follow your padding 0. Then shouldn't have that issue. Okay, done. Okay. It's actually when you got rid of the bullet point, there is still the space there. So that is actually the margin. Okay, so the next step is media query is working. I'm going to make sure when I go up to this space, my menu is side by side. So I need to display flex my menu. So dot menu. Okay, why do I display flex my menu? Menu is the parent. 1 child, 2 child, and 3 child. So these 3 childs, right? These 3 children will be left side by side. So display flex. Then you'll be like that. But they are all going to the left. So I need to justify content center. Okay, so they are in the middle. Alright, on the red cannot make it, sorry. Eye paint, right? Like Christmas like that.
Christmas next year.
Okay? So you see right now, I have. This is what we call a responsive navigation. It's responding to your screen, but it's still not like the hamburger menu. Okay? If you can do this, it's something. No. Because you are using media query to change your menu. Okay? If your JavaScript not working, if you can get this done, this is fast. Okay, so the next thing is I'm going to add in a hamburger. Okay, so your hamburger menu, right? You need to have this is the outdated one. I need to take the new one. 1.7 is the old one. Wait, I take the new one first. This one is the new one. Okay, new one.
It's legit. No, it's legit.
Hey, you're going to get your own one awesome icon. Okay, I got my link already. Then I'm going to use this as the hamburger icon. Okay, your AHREF exclamation mark. This is not going. The hamburger menu is not going to any other pages. It's just staying here. Okay. Then hamburger is I. Plus equal to FAS. What is that? What is the hamburger? 3 stripes. Anyone know? FA bars. Okay, so the bar is here. Yeah, so I have created this hamburger icon before the menu. Okay, it's inside a div, and then it's a link, and this is the font awesome.
You gonna go? You gonna never use skin?
Is there a need to
The bar is the name of the icon. If you want to, it's the icon of the 3 stripe. If you want to add, if you want a Facebook, right, it's Facebook. If you want Twitter, it's Twitter. Okay. Okay, so bars, remember this one, Okay, then I'm going to style my hamburger. Okay, I need to give my hamburger a class.
Bro, continue. Bro, if the train go past, I plenty lah. Can. Bro, the train and the barrier right is like this. How we get there in the first Counseling service mental helpline American of Singapore. Of course.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can give it some color.
Okay lah.
Can you take color?
Haven't O-level period, right?
Okay, so my hamburger display log. Hamburger is still here. Huh? I'm not sharing again. Okay, can you see my screen? Yeah. Sorry, wrong screen. Done. I'm going to change it to white color. I cannot see. Don't put white first. Okay, so what's going to happen is when the hamburger menu is shown, right, in mobile mode, right, you don't need to see the menu first. So your menu, the entire menu, right, should be displayed none. I'm going to hide the menu. Okay. Then the hamburger is still here. Are you all still around? Or lost already? I just hidden the menu. Here. When in mobile mode, right, guys? When in mobile mode, right, I don't need the menu to be shown. I will hide the whole menu because I only want the hamburger there first. If desktop right, then the menu must be shown. Or so in order to do that, right, you see my menu now is in mobile, right, is hidden, but in non-mobile, right, is there. But in desktop mode, the hamburger should be hidden. So I'm going to display none my hamburger in the media query. So right now I'm just toggling some things up. So in the mobile menu, right, dot hamburger display none. Okay? So it's like a toggle, it's a switch like that. This one you see the menu. This one you see the hamburger. This one you see the menu. It's switching around. We're turning on and off the display. Are you able to do that? So you see I got two things. One hamburger, one menu. In mobile mode, I show only the hamburger, I hide the menu. Then in desktop mode, right, I hide the hamburger and I will show the menu. Okay? Okay, now my problem is my hamburger like floating in the middle of nowhere. So I'm going to style the hamburger a bit, make it look like a button. So my hamburger is a display block, right? Give it a background color, lime green. Okay, I'm going to give it a bit of padding. Okay. Okay, and then the blue doesn't make sense, so I'm going to make it white. Color white. Okay. So I'm styling the hamburger so that it looks like, but the hamburger is this big, because it's a display block, so it's taking up the whole. I don't mind, I mean, clickable better. Then text align. Center. Okay, so I got this. Can or not? Who cannot? Help each other lah. Oh. Actually, you all prefer to use the Google Meet. The font awesome, the link I will give you. But you are not supposed to go to the website. Just use bar scan already.
First, what if someone like needs to find other ones?
You will need only 4. Bars, Facebook, Twitter, and I forgot which one already. I will tell you what is the name of it. Okay guys. All this while we haven't touched JavaScript. So all this is like, you got 2 things. One hamburger and one normal menu. In the mobile, you show the burger, hide the menu. In the desktop, it's opposite of the code. Okay, now we move on to JavaScript. Waste time. Okay, your JavaScript, right? You need to link to your JavaScript below. Here. Okay, guys, link to your JavaScript. Make sure your JavaScript is working. Okay, how do you check your JavaScript is working? Create an alert. JS. Okay, you should have a pop-up. Okay, this is the. Are you okay? Okay, I'm going to carry on. Okay, then I'm going to delete away this one. I don't need this. I'm going to have this. Okay, set up the variable. Bar menu. Okay, I'm going to target 2 things. I'm going to set up 2 examples. I'm going to set up 2 variables. Menu and burger.
It's only JS.
Yeah. Okay, you remember these 2, you must have the D bar. ID, sorry. Okay, so I'm getting the elements called menu and hamburger, which is these 2, hamburger and menu, because they both have their ID. Okay, and then I'm going to get a event listener. I'm going to ask the hamburger, right, to listen for a click. Whoever click the hamburger, right, you will run this toggle menu. Okay? The button is the hamburger. The hamburger is listening for someone to click the hamburger. Then you will run this function called toggle menu. Okay? And then from there is the function. Okay, guys. Before I do this, I need to add one more class to show the menu. Okay? So you go back to your CSS, right? How do you show the menu? The menu here is not hidden, huh? So you need to have this thing called the you need to have this utility class called show menu. Then you display block.
Wait, is the show menu in HTML?
Huh?
Is the show menu inside the HTML?
No, it's in CSS. Okay, this is a special class, right, that only have this feature called show display block. Okay, so if you add this thing here, show menu.
You still have to put it in HTML, right?
Yeah, but you don't need. I'm going to use CSS. I'm going to use JavaScript to add in the thing. Alamak, what is it? Okay, the show menu, right, is to override the display none. You remember here, right? Here you see here, you remember the menu, right? There is a display none, so the menu is hidden. But the show menu, right, is something to override the display none. So I display block again. So if I add this class to here, this is the whole menu. If I add this class called show menu, the menu will appear. But if I delete away this class, the menu will disappear. So the menu, if you have show menu, right, the thing will show. If you take out the class, the thing will hidden. Okay? Then the next step, right, is this one. We are going to use JavaScript, right, to toggle the show menu class. So if you click on the toggle hamburger icon, right, you will check if the menu has show menu, you will remove it. If not, you will add it back. It's just a series of instructions. So when I call toggle menu, right, it will run the whole thing again. It's like a group, I group all that together. Like I say, 加热 dabao food. So the dabao food inside, right, will require you open the door, go downstairs, order food. So there is a series of instructions, right, grouped into one action, into one function. Oh, if not every time I ask you to buy food, I must repeat the whole thing. Very troublesome. So I write everything together, put it inside a function, and then I call. Okay, it's a automation. You cannot see it? You try your muscle, you must Okay, so if you're waiting for that, I'm going to go there. Okay. So basically, if your class if it has this right, if you don't have, this is if else is checking. If there is a menu, we can get it back. So this button right becomes a problem. If the light is on, switch off. If the light is off, switch on. It becomes the one button single switch. You tap once, if you tap one, it will check. If you got show menu, take away. You tap another time, if you don't have show menu, you will put it back. This one is just to you will check. Yeah, you slowly start to I think it's just that this one is like, this one is shortened because I don't want to write this whole thing. This is this document document.
No, I come to school. Not listen to anything, bro.
But I just make it a short name so I can use it here. It's like a shortcut. It's not every time I need to. If I don't have this, every time I need to. Because the purpose of this show menu, right, is to show some, is to display. Initially, the menu, right? Initially, I set it to display. So it's good. But if I add in the show menu, because show menu is display show. So now the menu is hidden. I add the show menu, it will show. I take out the yeah, it takes a while. Okay, guys. The next part is this part. Okay, some of you are asking for this client section. How do I make in mobile, right? How do I make it side by side, right? It's actually quite straightforward, right? You need to have two sub-parent. Row 1 and row 2. Okay? If you look at the example, right? Row 1 is Cam and Queen. Row 2 is Noodle and Wine. Okay? But inside, right, I need to give it. I just put child. I need to think of another name. I'm doing the client. The rest you all can do yourself. Okay, so I am image. This one is img slash client logo 1. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, if I do this right, it's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright now. Cam, queen, noodle, wine. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to. How do I get cam and queen to be side by side? How do I get logo 1 and 2 to be side by side? 1 and 2 is inside which parent? I already have enough parent already. I got row 1. Okay, so if I display flex row 1, right, what will happen?
Logo 1 and 2 will be beside each other.
Yes. Okay, so if I display flex row 1 in mobile, I notice I'm doing in mobile. So you try row 1, display flex, then cam and queen side by side Okay, then row 2 display flex. Okay, so I got my mobile view already. Or row 1 and row 2 display flex already. But what happens when I go to the desktop mode? It's still like that. When I go into the desktop mode, right, I want cam, queen, and noodle 1 to be side by side. So I need row 1 and row 2 to be side by side. Who is the parent of row 1 and row 2? Client, right now. So in my mobile here, I put dot client display flex. Okay. But in the actual thing, I cannot do this because I still got a header. So I might need to create one more parent for row 1 and row 2. Okay, so this is how the client part is being done. Okay, and then your menu, I hope your menu is working. Alright? You want it?